So, what about these Combiner Wars, fellas? So, as a sort of like novice Transformers collector, something that's really sort of put fuel into my fire is the Combiner Wars series, range, whatever you want to call it, because it's fucking awesome. I can't believe it's only a year, not even a year old. Came out this year in the year of 2015. And there's some fantastic bloody bots coming out of it. Why is it so good? Maybe because it caters to like quite a spectrum of Transformer fans. I mean, for a start, the quality is absolutely amazing. The designs are brilliant. They kind of focus on G1 and some of the characters for like the comics and stuff, but they keep it in a sort of a G1-esque flavour, but with updates and sort of like nuances that make it that are nods to other sort of canons and stuff. But it's just a fantastic range for someone who's not like my collection's maybe like what 200 bots strong, and of that about less than 10ish, 5ish% is G1 stuff, which is what I like. And I like the G1 stuff because it's, especially like my Astro Train and my G1 Optimus Prime, they're all bashed and scratched and played with. But that's why I like them, because they're old toys that have got a history of playtime behind them. Well, I don't know, it is playtime, I don't know why I did that, made it sound sinister, but playtime. And the thing is, I grew up liking G1 and watching G1, and then I missed Armada and Beast Wars and all that. I've never seen any of that stuff. I've started watching it recently, and it's kind of like, it's not really my thing, but I think one thing about it though is I'm learning to love the figures, and I desperately want to get myself an Optimus Primal. But yeah, so in my collection mainly, to begin with, consisted of Prime, the Transformers Prime series, which I absolutely fucking adore. And so I'm going to do a video on my Prime collection one day, because I love those figures. They're so good quality and so well made, and it's just, well, the majority are. But they're just a fantastic range, and that's where my love of collecting Transformers came from. But yeah, so I've got that, and I've got some of the what is it? It's not the Blazing 30s. I can never remember what it's called. Rockin' 30s? That series that finished last year. The ones you get in B&M. Like I got Springer, and I got Rhinox and Whirl. All those guys came for that same range, and that's a cool range as well. In fact, I'll show you my first guy that I've picked up recently, because he's fucking awesome. And it was actually the wife. We were in our local B&M, and she just went to the shelf and she went, have you got this one? And I was like, no. And she went, oh, you can have it. Chucked it in the shopping trolley, and I was like, woohoo! It's a figure I've been looking at for a while, but it's one of those, it's a repaint of Springer, and Springer being Springer, who's awesome. I was like, is there really any need to have two of these guys? But out the box, he's fantastic. Sandstorm, he is all sorts of awesome. Everything, solid robot. I can't. So much love for this guy. He's one of my favourites in my collection now. He's a solid, huge bot with amazing light piping. Leave it there for more than a fucking millisecond so you can see it. He is awesome, and he's a triple changer obviously, and both modes are just smart as fuck. From his paint job to his detailing to his articulation, everything's absolutely fantastic with this guy. And if it wasn't for the fact that Springer is Springer, I'd probably like him more. But Springer is Springer, so he's here somewhere. There he is. I love me some Springer. Anyway, Combiner Wars, fantastic range, and it was my friend John who sort of alerted me to them and says, "Look, you've got to see these figures. They're fucking awesome." And he got a few, and I seen them, and I was like, "Wow, these are really good quality. Really, like I said, G1 flavourish." And it was like, "Oh, I must have some of these." The first one I bought was, I think it was Bombshell, who is such a good figure. You could have a bit of chroming, maybe. That'd be a bit better, but other than that, he's such a poseable, amazing figure. I should really have him sort of way in front of you, but I've not got him. He's in the display case. And then I got a few more, just the smaller ones. I got Hot Rod, Rodimus, which I showed you in my last video. I didn't like him to begin with, but I love him now. He's super poseable and super awesome. And then I got Warpath, who is also, I mean, he's a Megatron repaint with different head sculpts and stuff, but still really cool. Looks cool in tank mode. Looks cool. Right, hang on. thought I better show you them as I'm talking about them. It's naked to talk about something and no show you. There's Bombshell. He's still in the last pose I put him in. He is awesome. My first ever Insecticon and won't be my last because he is brilliant. And when I was at Auto Assembly, I kept wanting to pick some original Insecticons up, and I just kept going Willa, and then it was over, and I never got the chance. Bit pissed off at that, but he is awesome. Such a poseable, articulated, really nice figure. Like him. Then, like I say, was Warpath. He is awesome, and you can see the sort of Megatron stylings in him, but these brilliant colours, his transformation's awesome. He articulates well. He's got this kind of sort of thing going on there, which is annoying because if you don't clip him in properly, he kind of goes a bit mongy. But other than that, cool. He's like quite empty in the back, like the back of his head's empty and hollow, and his legs are a bit shit and stuff. But I tend to find I don't care as long as he looks good for the front and you can pose him and it's not obvious and there's not a lot of, as Thew calls it, I don't remember what he calls it. Kibble. That's what he calls it. Kibble. It's not like kibble. As long as they look good for the front and aren't too bad, it doesn't really bother me. And he is a great figure. And like, what was he, like 11 quid or something? Like 11.99 maybe? I'm not sure. 9.99. See, a lot of these figures I've got in sales, so that's why they're extra special. So anyway, the Combiner Wars, yes, are amazing. And recently, there's like, as well, they're combiners, so they combine if they want, but they're not really good for it. They combine to make some awesome figures, and the one I want is Defensor. So to that effect, I've been wanting to buy this next fella, and on the TFYTC, I always say it wrong, on fucking internet, I read that they had a sale on. Not so much a sale, just that Hotspot was down from $22.99 to $16.99, and I never had a lot of money at the time, like no spare cash, because it's the Baron's first birthday coming up, and I was like, oh, but I want him. So I went and got him. Oh, so good. This guy is fucking amazing. Keeping the burps. I'm going to say this about every figure that I'm going to show you for the Combiner Wars, because they are fucking awesome. I mean, his colours are just like, oh, look at these colours. He's this unique sort of red and blue combo that's quite sort of sticks to the original, but he has this kind of almost Prime-esque look about him, which I love. But I just love his bold colours, and his head sculpt's amazing, and his posability's amazing. He's got a lot of the junk at the back for making Defensor's body, and the head for Defensor's kind of a bit obvious, but other than that, he's a solid figure, and for 16 quid, oh, I was so happy to pick him up. So, I went on to the So, got him for Toys R Us, got Hotspot for Toys R Us, and went on the website and checked the other prices in case there was any other deals going on, and found out their Combiner Wars were all reduced. So, your Voyagers were down to $16.99, and your Deluxe were down to, if you can call them Deluxe, were down to $11.99. And I wanted to get a couple more, and I was like, I've not got the money, but the wife's kind of like, she's kind of good with the money. She's the budget person in our house, so she knows exactly how much money we've got and how much we can waste and how much we just keep in shit. Because if it was up to me, we'd be living on the street destitute by now. And she says, look, we've got a bit of spare cash, as long as you don't like fucking go out and stuff this month, and you can buy what you want. No permission wise, just advising me that I could. So I went and got more. I got Hotspot. Hotspot? No, he's not Hotspot, he's Red Alert. He's not Red Alert, he's fucking... Oh, Alzheimer's. First Aid. Isn't he? Got First Aid. And he was one of the first bots I seen someone with at AA, just sitting on the tables, and I was like, did you bring him? Because you never bought him here, did you? And I kind of was doing this sort of sly, ooh, he's nice. So I wanted him, comes with a little axe, because he's a fireman. He's a good looking bot. One of the things I don't like about Combiner Wars, say I don't like, it's a sort of mini gripe, but I'm willing to overlook it, like, because the rest of it's fantastic. You can see where they're sort of, it's the joints for making the combiners. It's really obvious in some of them. It is in red lettering because they've got this lovely, fantastic sort of front panelling. It's just got like a blank sort of solid piece in the middle, and it's kind of obvious in quite a few of them. But whatever, they're still fantastic looking fucking bots, so I'm willing to forgive them their flaws. But he's cool. I'm not going to transform him, you all know what he looks like. But he's cool. I don't like, this is a bit, I wish this would fold right the way over or something, but it kind of gets in the way, and when you use him as a leg or an arm, it kind of gets in the way as well. Unless I'm transforming him wrong, but I don't think I am. So yeah, I've got first aid, and he was awesome. But this fella was someone I really, really wanted. And when I went to get Hotspot, it was a toss-up between getting him and getting this fella. But at the time I thought this fella was like, at his full price, like 15 quid, so I thought, why pay 15 quid for a deluxe when you can pay 15 quid for a Voyager? Which makes sense. It's Rook. Now, I wasn't very familiar with him. I read a couple of, online, a couple of the comics and stuff. But, just in the box, he is a bloody gorgeous little figure. And he's just, I love his head sculpt. He's got this kind of like American football-esque helmet. And he's just awesome. And he's got the big, I tend to love bots with square shoulders, I don't know why. But he is just cool, and he's I can't speak. He's a police SWAT vehicle, and he's just, ugh. And he is brilliant, and he comes with the Jaws of Life, maybe? Or a ray gun? But yeah, he was awesome, so I picked him up. So him and First Aid were both like 12 quid each, which is fantastic value for money as far as I'm concerned. You should really check out Toys R Us. The one near me, which is the Kirkcaldy one, it's got Hotspots, and it's got the Defensor guys to make up him, and that's about it. And then it's all TF4 stuff. And what else has it got? They've got like the Twin Pack Prime and the Twin Pack, the Evolution Twin Packs. They've got them, and I've got the Prime one, which is good, but the Grimlock one I'm not too keen on. I don't have a G1-esque Grimlock, so maybe one day, but no now. When there's Combiner War stuff can't about you, like, no, I'm buying that, it looks fucking amazing. So the last fella I picked up was another Voyager, and he's the only one Voyager that was there, and I awed and ummed a bit and was like, will I get him, because he's not really a character I really like, and but then when I thought, well, it's fucking 16 quid, so I may as well. And it's Cyclonus, and again, it's one of these figures where out the box looks way better. Like most figures do, but there's some that you look at them and go, he's alright, he looks a bit different for like his colour or different for like his mould. And you get him out and you're like, fuck, he poses dead well. And he's one of them. He looks awesome. All sorts of awesome. Yeah, I love him, and he's got loads of sexy as fuck sounding ratchets. Not more I can say about him really. He's just Cyclonus, and he's awesome, and he's purple. That's his colour. Nothing else can be said about that. He's detailing. He's got a lot of detailing. He could do a bit more colour. I like purple. Like, purple's my favourite colour, especially on Decepticons. But he's a bit too purple. He should really have even a bit of black in there somewhere, or even when you skipping ahead, when you transform him into Galvatronus, he's got a bit of red on his front. It looks quite cool. So that kind of makes up for it. But yeah, so one of the other reasons I got him, he transforms into the Combiner Galvatronus, and Galvatronus doesn't come with a set like pack of combiners. He doesn't have like his own group. Like, I think the box says something along the lines of uses his powers to control other bots into becoming combiners for him, or something stupid like that. That's the excuse for it anyway. So I thought, well, fucking, I've got enough to make him up. So it was like, it's the cheekiest, cheapest, quickest way to get a combiner finished. So I thought, fuck it, and I went for it, and then I played with it, and it was great. Shall I show you? Nah, fuck it. So I'll show you Galvatronus in his full form, but I'm just going to quickly show you what he looks like, just Cyclonus' Galvatron's body, what you would call it. Transforms dead well, and still has all the cool ratchet and joints. Well, of course, where would they go, but that's what I mean about the front part, the red light, the red sort of like ab sort of part. It's just kind of gives it that wee bit of smoke, and he's got some there as well. Just gives it a bit more colour and a bit more. That's not straight. Hang on. Whatever. A bit more detail that makes it look kind of cool. And he's got the awesome Galvatron face and sort of crown type situation going on there, which is absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Right, I'll just say first off, I never read the instructions for my robots unless I have to because I'm stuck. So I'm not entirely sure if I've transformed some of these dudes properly, but fuck it, doesn't really matter. Get your hand there. Yes, so this is my Galvatronus. Can you see him all there? He's fucking awesome. So, he's mix and match. Does it matter? No. Is he awesome? Yeah, he's kind of got the sort of Galvatronish gun thing that's just a bit too small and thin and grey for my liking, but you get the gist, and with enough imagination you can kind of make it work, I think. Like I say, I have no idea if I've done any of these guys properly because I don't read the instructions because I'm a dude and that's what dudes do, isn't it? But yeah, overall, he's fucking awesome, and I've not really... I don't know, will he go on the shelf? You move, Prime. Oh. Oh yeah. I think he'll sit there fine. I'm going to rearrange my display soon, so you won't be there for long. But yeah, so Combiner Wars, that's them. They're fucking awesome. Hang on, I gotta trust them there, wait a minute. They're fucking awesome. They're value for money. Toys R Us have got a sale on. Check it out. Because these are going to be some of the best bots you've picked up in a long, long time. And unlike most of the bots that I want, they're commercially available in my area, which makes them even better. So yeah, that's my waffling about Combiner Wars. Thank you for listening.